Hey, I'm out here in Preacher's Eddy, just launched. It is beginning of August here, and I'm out here for walleye today. I'm gonna specifically target them. Maybe I'll go fish for some bass a little bit later, but I'm really specifically looking at walleye today. It's gorgeous. It's let's see, water temp 72 degrees, and just launched here, and the water's really clear, beautiful, really weedy because I'm pretty shallow, but pretty amazing how clear the water is up here. So I'm heading out. Let me show you where I'm going here. There are all the windmills there in the distance, and I am going to be heading upriver over there where you can see the John Day Dam, and I'm gonna head that way first and float back this direction and just see how that goes. But I got to get out in the channel because I am in the weeds right now. I mean it's weedy out here. It's really weedy out here. So I want to show you guys where I'm fishing here. So you see all this is all weeds, and you can see once we get to about 15 or 20 feet, it really peters out. You got to stay in these areas over in here to avoid these weeds for not hanging up your tackle and stuff like that. So I'll just be using a bottom bouncing jig. Let me just kind of show you that. All right, I'm in about 20 feet of water, 25 feet of water, no weeds. I see some bait fish down there. This is what I'm running today. So I'm running a 3-ounce bottom bouncing jig, and it's kind of an interesting little contraption. Basically, this thing ticks the bottom and you can kind of feel it. So if you're not hitting bottom, you're not fishing for walleye. And then it goes to a long leader, and there are so many different versions of this that you can put on blades, little wobblers, all sorts of things to attract the walleye's attention. I'm going to tip this off with a nice big piece of worm and see what we can get. Yeah, the current out here is pretty strong. It doesn't seem like it, but I've been pedaling here, and it seems like I can't get anywhere. On my thing it says I'm going about 1.5 miles an hour, but I'm looking at landmarks around me and I can't figure out. It looks like I'm barely moving, so I'm gonna cross river and see if I can get into some shallower water over here, and maybe do a little better. Still in 30 feet of water, 71 degrees water temp. It's nice out here. I got something on. A little something. Let's see what it is. My guess is it's probably a little bass because we're so close up on these rocks. It is, in fact, a little tiny baby bass. Oh, didn't take but a second. I got another fish on. A little better. I have no idea what it is. And another bass. Oh, baby shad. Uh-oh. Looks like the shad are starting to come down the river. That might mean... Hey guys, I pulled up on shore over here just to kind of show you something. Something that I thought was going on. So let me... I'm here on shore. Let me show you kind of what I'm seeing. See this little guy right here? That is a little shad, and they spawned, and I'm just looking on shore here, and these guys are everywhere. Yeah. The few bass that I caught when I was bringing them in, they were shaking their heads and kind of disgorging themselves of all these fish. I think this is going to be a pretty bad day of fishing, honestly. There's so much fish in the water. that it's a pretty hard choice for them to pick a real thing or a lure or or a bait of some sort. So yeah, not really encouraged by this, but I'll still have a go at it. I'm still doing my upstream paddle right now, and then I can try to bounce the bottom on the way back down, maybe in some deeper spots where the shad aren't. But on my fish finder, I'm seeing huge shoals of them, big schools. It is August 3rd here, so it's a little early, but I didn't realize they were in the river so thick right now. I think walleye fishing is pretty much over at this point. They can pretty much eat whatever they want in this river right now, so we'll see if I can get one. All right, I'm mid-channel here, heading towards the dam, getting pretty close. Still about, say, 1 mile out from the actual dam, which obviously I can't get anywhere near that. Looking at the bottom here, it's flat. I'm in 35 feet of water. It's absolutely featureless. And I see bait balls on my fish finder pretty frequently, up around the 10 or 15 foot mark. I look down and I can't see them, but I know they're there because all the little dead bodies are washed up and on the surface. And the crazy thing is you'd think that there would be a lot of fish up in here eating these little fry, all these little shad fry, and I am not marking anything on my fish finder. It's pretty astounding that there's all this forage out here and nothing eating it. The birds are having a heyday though. The birds are really having a good one. So I'm literally just dragging a lure as close to the dam as I can, and then I'm gonna start bouncing my way back along the bottom and see if I can't get something a little bit more productive. Maybe find some structure out here somewhere that I can target. But there's not a lot out here. Yeah, I'm heading to the 84, the Oregon side of the river right now. There's just really nothing out here in the middle of the channel. I'm not marking anything except for bait. But I do see a lot of these fishing platforms on the Oregon side, and I'll show you those as we get a little closer. But I'm gonna go target something over that way. Maybe get a little bit more structure over there. I mean, those fish things are there for a reason. My guess is that there's a little channel over there or something like that that the people over there fish off those platforms and target. So we'll see. So that's the Oregon side. That's where I'm heading. I don't know if it shows up very well, but you can see all these platforms out here. I mean, they're just literally stacked on top of one on top of each other. You can only imagine what it's like when a good salmon run is coming through here and every single one of these platforms is catching fish. You always gotta watch out for the barge traffic out here. You definitely don't want to mix it up with one of those bad boys. They're big and they don't see us. Well, we got the safety flag and the PFD. Always those two, always. So I'm still in 40 feet of water, even though I'm only a couple feet away from the shore here. Here are those fishing platforms. I see tons of bait in here. My guess is this is probably where the fish are. So, I mean, look at all these fishing platforms. They just go on for as far as you can see. Pretty wild stuff. So that's the John Day Dam letting out all its water. And that's what's causing all this current. And my guess is that dam is chewing up those bait fish pretty bad. And that's why there's so many floating. It's just a shad. It isn't like a smolt of a salmon or anything like that, although I'm sure they probably all go through the same process. I think there's just so many shad babies coming through here that it's just a numbers game. There are so many out here. I keep seeing bait balls on my fish finder. They're just absolutely everywhere. All right, so I'm starting my downhill or downriver drift, and put on a Brad's spinner with a little bit of worm on there. I'll show that to you guys later, but I am moving at 3.2 miles per hour going downstream, and this is as slow as I can go. I'm not even pedaling or anything, so I am hauling ass downriver. I mean, the current here is just incredible. It's probably why it took me so long to get up here, but I'm definitely bouncing bottom. Just doing little micro adjustments as we keep getting into these different depths. Right now I'm at 40 feet. A lot of structure down there, which is great. A lot of places for those walleye to hide. So I don't even think I have to pedal all the way home. I think this will take me all the way back to my truck just by hanging out. So it'd be nice to put my feet in the water, you know. Oh, just enjoy it. Just wanted to show you how fast I'm moving here, and see the end of my rod, how it's ticking like that. That's because I'm dragging on the bottom. That's exactly what you want to feel. You want to get that little tick, 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 tick. Not maybe all the time, but see, that's too, there we go. You got to get it just right. Might have something here. It's not fighting much, but I got a good bite. Something on the end of my line. I have no idea what it is. Wow. That is a sculpin of some sort. That's crazy. Never caught one of those before. Fish on. Started dragging a little rattle trap. Let's see what we got. It's got to be a bass. Very typical, small little guy. Throwing up fish everywhere. Boy, the little shad fryer everywhere out here. These guys are getting really well fed. Surprised I'm getting anything out of these guys. Well, I'm coming back up to my my spot where I put in, so I gotta wrap up my gear here. But I'd say this is an interesting experiment, getting to know this this pool, this Preacher's Eddy, and just get an idea for what's underneath the surface and just kind of the topography in here. And you know, caught a couple fish. I view this as more of an experiment than anything, because it was not really great fishing. There was just clearly too much bait in the water to make this. I mean, all the fish are already fed. There's no reason for them to bite anything at this point. So better luck next time. I usually don't paddle my kayak very often, but the weeds are so bad in here towards the launch that there's no other alternative. The cool thing about this is I'm going really slow, but there are some huge grass carp in here. Huge. I mean, they're probably 30 pounds, and they're just hanging out in here. And if you go quietly enough, you can really see them. So, pretty cool stuff. Wish I could get one on camera. They're beautiful.